Hello students, this is Kanupriya, PGT Geography, and here I am once again with my next video on chapter Human Geography, Nature and Scope. So let's start with this chapter. Firstly, we have to understand what is geography. The word geography is comprised of two words, geo and graphos, where geo means earth and graphos means description. So geography means the description of the earth. Geography is the science which studies earth as the home of human beings. The term geography, as we had studied in class 11th, was coined by Eratosthenes. Geography has two main components which are nature and human life. Nature or physical environment and human life, these are the two main components of geography. Geography as a discipline. Geography as a field of study is integrative, empirical and practical. Geography as a field emphasis on study of nature and human beings. So geography is integrative, which means that geography cannot be studied alone. It has to be interrelated with number of other disciplines. That is sciences, social sciences, each subject is interrelated with geography. So if we have to understand the phenomena in geography, we have to take the help of other subjects also. So geography as a discipline is integrative in nature. Secondly, it is empirical in nature, which means that the phenomena or the facts that are used in geography is based on experiments. It is not based on ideas. It is rather based on proper experiments. And third one is geography is practical. That means geography as a discipline or as a subject is practical in nature. Everything in geography can be proven practically. So as a discipline, geography is empirical, integrative and practical. And geography as a discipline focuses upon human beings and nature. How nature and human beings are interdependent upon each other. How they are interrelated to each other. How they interact with each other. That is the basic idea of studying geography. So geography as a discipline focuses on nature and human beings. Now types of geography or branches of geography. Geography has two main branches, which is physical geography and human geography. So let's discuss them one by one. What is physical geography and what is human geography? First one is physical geography. Physical geography is the study of our home planet and all of its components. Its land, water, atmosphere and interior of the earth. So physical geography is related to the study of physical features of the earth's surface. Like we have landforms, we have water resources, we have atmosphere or either the interior of the earth. And second one is human geography, which is the study of interrelationship between human societies and the physical environment. As we all know, human beings and environment are interrelated to each other. So the branch that studies that relationship between human beings and the physical environment is called as human geography. So here are two main branches of geography, which are physical geography and human geography. Dichotomy between physical and human world. It is not a valid one in the field of geography because nature and human beings are inseparable elements and they should be seen holistically. It is seen that both physical and human phenomena are described in metaphors using symbols from the human anatomy. For example, we have face of the earth, eye of the storm, mouth of the river, profile of the soil, etc. So basically what it says that human and nature are inseparable. They both are interrelated to each other. It has been seen that number of metaphors have been used from the human anatomy in order to describe the physical features of the earth's surface. Like we have face of the earth. Face is a word from the human anatomy and it is used to describe the earth. Eye of the storm, profile of the soil, etc. Likewise, we have regions, villages, towns which often been described as organisms. Network of roads, railways, waterways have often been described as the arteries of circulation. Now the basic question arises, can we separate nature and human when they are so intricately intertwined? So here from this a question arises that human beings and nature are so much interrelated to each other, so can we separate nature and human beings? So it's a dichotomy between physical and human world. Now comes the definitions of human geography. Number of geographers have defined geography in number of ways. Let's discuss two of the definitions related to human geography given by Retzel and Ellen C. Semple. According to Retzel, human geography is the synthetic study of relationship between human societies and the earth's surface. And according to Ellen Churchill Semple, human geography is the study of the changing relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth. Here you can see the both definitions means the same thing, that human and earth surface relationship. So human geography is that science which studies the relationship between earth's surface and the human world. Now comes the nature of human geography. Human geography studies the interrelationship between the physical environment and socio-cultural environment created by human beings through mutual interaction with each other. As we all know, human beings are dependent upon their immediate environment for their survival or sustenance. So human geography as a branch studies that relationship between physical environment and the socio-cultural environment which is created by human beings through the mutual interaction with each other. Human beings can modify nature. Human beings can bring changes in the nature with the help of his technology. So human geography as a branch studies that relationship by which human beings can modify nature according to his own needs. The elements of physical environment are landforms, soil, climate, water, natural vegetation, diverse flora and fauna. Houses, villages, cities, road railway networks, industries, farms, ports, etc. have been created by human beings using the resources provided by the physical environment. So basically our physical environment provides us various resources in the form of landforms, soil, climate, water, vegetation, flora, fauna, etc. So these resources are provided by our physical environment, and human beings with the help of his knowledge or with the help of his technology modify or bring changes in the nature by developing houses, villages, cities, railway networks, industries, farms, ports, etc. And all of these sources are generated by human beings with the help of the resources available by the physical environment. Therefore, physical environment has been greatly modified by human beings it has also in turn impacted human lives. So basically, physical environment and the human world are interrelated to each other. They both impact each other. Physical environment is greatly being modified by the human beings, and this physical environment in turn impacted human lives. So these two factors, that is physical environment and the human world, they are intertwined with each other. Now comes very important questions related to the topics that we have covered today. The first question is, how does technology loosen the shackles of environment on human beings? And second question is, the knowledge about nature is extremely important to develop technology. Justify the statement by giving suitable examples. Dear students, these two questions are very important from exam point of view. And these two questions have the same answer. So let's discuss their answers. Technology indicates the level of cultural development of society. Human beings were able to develop technology after they developed better understanding of natural laws. So here what it means, that technology indicates the development of any society. In terms of its cultural development, it can be judged with the help of technology. Human beings can develop technology after they have better understanding of natural laws. So knowledge about nature is extremely important to develop technology, and human beings were able to develop technology after knowing the natural laws, after having understanding about the natural laws. For example, the understanding of the concepts of friction and heat helped us to discover fire. Understanding of the secrets of DNA and genetics enabled us to conquer many diseases. We use the laws of aerodynamics to develop faster planes. Therefore, knowledge about nature is extremely important to develop technology, and technology loosens the shackles of environment on human beings. So basically, once we had understood the natural laws, we could develop technology. So knowledge about nature is extremely important. Like for example, by knowing the concept of friction and heat, we could discover fire. By knowing the secrets of DNA, we could conquer many diseases. And by knowing the laws of aerodynamics, we could develop faster planes. So this is all for today. If you have any doubts, please come up with your doubts. Thank you so much.